So.
All right, we hopping back in.
Oh boy, I don't even.
Oh boy, indeed.
We're trying to figure out why Hero is in the.
Nope, we have to get to the repository. All right.
Let's fucking go. It's been a hot second.
Oh yeah, so donde está depository? Repository.
It's on the third floor? Because it's the art room, right?
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast travel point. Yeah.
Alright, let's go solve a mystery, gang.
Alright. Oh man, the bigger screen is tripping me out. Oh.
Yeah, it's a little intense. But, you know.
My IRL field of view is just
100%.
Ugh.
Yeah, once we get situated in a place, hopefully it'll be better. I just realized that we need to point that more towards Subi because somebody's quiet. Hey.
Hey, Kyoko.
Hifumi and Taka.
For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment.
Duh. Well then, let's get started.
That composure.
She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation, began poking and prodding the bodies. Oh, and with that.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons.
They done got bonked.
They went to horny jail.
jail.
Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
Okay. Oh, poor.
Let's take a look.
Poor Taka.
Poor boy, I didn't even know. Taka was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck with Justice Hammer 4, which was laying on the floor in the equipment room. And there's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's body. That way it wouldn't leave any bloodstains as it was moved.
Oh, taco burrito.
Oh no. Make a
Hifumi.
comfy burrito. The biggest problem I have right now
This giant takoyaki.
it's all food, is how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. I just can't see how it's possible. Further, it seems that Hifumi died from a blow to the head. He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in the nurse's office. But when we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that? And why?
You can see clearly now the pain is gone. Alright, well, we got a trolley over here.
It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I'm sure I saw it in the art room. It's used to move sculptures and stuff around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. But more importantly, wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that?
We moved the body.
And it rolled through the bread.
Alright, what's your input, Kyoko?
Makoto, I found something.
You did?
You remember the
Wristwatch!
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand?
He did?
Are you so oblivious to people around you? Do you dislike other people that much?
No, our sweet boy is just a little
Space gaze. No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? And most likely it was broken when he had this encounter with his assailant.
Buzz.
If you notice, the hands are frozen just past 6 o'clock.
So that would mean the watch is broken sometime just after 6?
そうよ。
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Hey, you! How long are you gonna keep us waiting?
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
つまり
So if it worked around 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning.
Bingo!
Bing, 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 bing.
Nice! Broken wristwatch.
でも
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something.
You're right. There's something white in there.
来輝くん
Can you try to pry it out?
Oh.
Me?
Oh.
だって
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right?
Yes, Queen. Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating.
The anti-doki doki.
After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
ね
Was that all he had in his hand?
Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
えそうかし
I
ら
wonder about that.
Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
じゃあ
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own.
Nice!
Okay. Talk a scrap of paper.
Hello,
Alright.
Hifumi. We look at you once more. The biggest problem I have right now is
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing we have to talk to Kyoko again.
Yeah.
That's misleading. Yeah. Yeah, we get it. We already understand.
All right, Kyoko, what's your input?
So did you find him? Oh, that's you.
Oh, so did you find it?
We literally checked twice, Kyoko.
Ben.
I did.
Nora.
I did more than I expected, to be honest. Look at this.
A wad of paper?
そうよ
Hifumi had it hidden on him.
Hidden?
で
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see?
In his pants? Wait, so you...
なんで
It's just his pants, not like his socks or something.
so nonchalant. I don't know what that means.
You can't just go touching people's wads in their pants, Kyoko.
ね
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Mikoto. Open it up.
When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like...
Don't think about it, Naegi.
It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note. I found a hole. Maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
それが
That sounds very familiar.
That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
だけど
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it?
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
そうかしら
Hold on, just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him.
Huh?
それは
Part of it has been torn out, right? I think there's likely some more meaning there.
There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more?
Oh,
Because
sweet.
I'm a dense motherfucker.
Yeah, oh, sweet boy.
Think carefully.
ね
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly?
I have no idea.
Frankly, your adorable grin has left us stunned.
じゃあ
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer.
Alright.
I mean, if you smooth it out, I'm just put it together.
Let's play jigsaw puzzles,
Yeah.
guys.
While we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims at this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out.
Okay, no steam room shenanigans this time.
Not that there were any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place.
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
そうかしら
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said is that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role.
Bingo.
Top top.
Mhm.
A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand.
You'll understand in about an hour and 30 minutes, Niagara.
Give it some time, boyo.
To get those brain cells.
Yeah.
We gotta rub them together. Let's make some warmth.
Oops.
But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. So much information.
Uh-oh.
Bingo bongo dingle dong!
Uh-oh. It is him.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin. Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone, please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Alright, let's go.
どうやら
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
No, Kyoko, making Naegi think on his own.
Grant him the brain cell.
Kyoko, I need to borrow one extra brain cell. Yeah, you're right.
行きましょうか
Well, we better get going.
Okay.
The council has spoken. We have allotted Naegi a single brain cell.
Yay! That gives us two! Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. I forgot Byakuya existed.
Aww.
Unfortunately.
Oh no.
And as soon as we were all there...
Hello.
He multiplied!
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied.
Monokuma used double team. It's super effective.
Shadow clone jutsu. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma?
Can we just get on the elevator already?
Yes, Kyoko.
Straight down to business.
Yes, please.
You're not playing along.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay, fine.
They sounded so disappointed.
Then if everyone's here and ready to go, please board the pain train. Elevator.
We are very familiar with the pain train, Monokuma.
Indeed.
I'll see you guys down there.
Okay then, shall we? Hold on. I'm not mentally prepared yet.
何なの
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away from this. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins.
Wow.
Jesus,
just
Hina.
she has no problem being the judge, jury, and executioner.
I am the law. I told you already. I didn't do it. For serious.
And you know he's serious. He said serious.
That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note?
Well, no. But
How unfortunate, then it would seem we have our culprit.
fuck you.
Now listen here.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin.
Okay, so I think it's gonna be really funny actually if we go from this and go to Ace Attorney after this. Because we're just doing a bunch of courtroom dramas.
Yes, the best.
We are the courtroom show now.
And I'm gonna have to really try hard not to make Edgeworth sound just like Byakuya.
That's right. I have to.
Do it. Do it.
Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is one of us! Someone right here!
All right, let's go.
Onward. I took one last deep breath and exhaled slowly. I began to walk toward the elevator.
All aboard the pain train!
Mhm.
Choo-choo! Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own. Then the steel box began to move. I really feel like I just need to get some really terrible elevator music and just put it on over this. The clunking of the elevator kept us comfy as we fell further and further down. Also, I wonder if these elevator rides are as long as the elevator rides in Resident Evil 8, because good fucking lord. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up into a cruel fate.
Well, I see all of you gathered together like this. I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Only 'cause of you!
Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What? You really hate me so much? But I'm so cute!
Stop goofing around and begin the trial.
Don't rush me, of course I'm gonna start it. I would never be like,
Stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break.
I never hold you out. Excuse me. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. We've gone through this every time. I don't need to say it every time. Let's just fucking go.
Deadly class trial. Let's go! You want to save? Absolutely. Let's go. Do we still have our skill set? Okay, cool.
We still only have the one skill.
Just the one. Thanks, hero.
Wow, apparently we're not good at talking with other people. Ba-ba-da-da!
All rise for the class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your voice will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive the punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone will graduate. Now then, to begin with,
We already know who did it!
was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place. We found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Man, I wish I could sleep like Hero. Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
科学で君
I'm sorry to say, Hero, but we
こん
do
な
have
証拠もあるので
evidence.
すよあのコスプレ衣装の設計
Blueprints
図
for
で
the
す
suit.
それあの衣装の
Parts
制
we
作に使われ
assume
たと
were
思わ
used
れ
to
る
build it.
これらすべて
None of it was found in your room. You have to
これら
admit,
が動
the
かる
evidence
証
is
拠です
quite
よ
compelling.
And circumstantial.
あなたがあの衣装を作り上げ
It points
そ
to
れを身
you
にまとい
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing the crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hero really the killer? Or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Alright, who's gonna contradict themselves?
All
Let's
right.
go!
Let's get into it. Alright, Hero's message. That's our only truth bullet right now.
Right now.
あなたの
Everything we found in your room.
Oh shit. right click.
Blueprints. Girl proof
あ
enough
なたが
that
犯人
you
であ
are
る
the
ということを
culprit.
I don't know anything about all that stuff. It's a conspiracy.
科学でなんで殺したの
Why'd you kill him?
Okay, so it's the blueprints then.
Oh yeah, Hero has really
あなた
immaculate
に
handwriting.
見つかったこの設計図
Get
は
out of
私が
here.
物語っています
Counter.
Objection!
Exactly.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
どういう
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? Oh my god. When you compare it to the blueprints.
確かに
There's no way you could think it was the same person made both of them.
筆跡を使い分けただけで
Unless
しょ
that person makes it a point to disguise their handwriting. No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on, I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
For real.
じゃあナイフは
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero is innocent as well.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, what?
Nani the what? You agreeing?
だったらあのジャスティスロボの正体って
And then who was it in that Robo Justice suit?
葉隠れが言ったみたいに
It was like Hero said, there really was someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
So, who was in Robo
あのジャ
Justice
スティ
suit?
スロボの正体
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have
Illuminati.
Yep, it was Hero. Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he's the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
言ってることおか
That
し
doesn't make any sense! You just said Hero didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
根拠はあるのです
Then what
か
is the reason you have
あ
to
の
make
不審者
such a
が犯人
statement?
ではないという
Do you
根拠
have a reason? Yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, you stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
These.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been...
Blue tart?
There's still one more thing. The things that were using. Wheels. Wheels.
Dolly.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right? What's with the attitude? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, so that explains the tarp and the dolly.
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? The dolly was made specifically for moving the large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. It's not possible that it is not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There's no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Wow!
Come at me, bitch!
We have all accepted the fact that you barely understand what's going on around you.
I mean, she's not wrong. Let me get the burn cream. Wow. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change her mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. New element!
Oh boy. Probably should. Reloading.
Reloading! Oh, so it's the same thing that you've been doing. You just have to manually reload now.
Yep.
Well, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Time battles on steroids?
Yep. Tab. Okay, that's what I need to know.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, game.
Oh. Well, let's go.
Moment of truth.
You have a rule. But what if? Listen here, Celeste. Oh, look. I have no idea what to say during time battles. There's just like way too much going on.
Just let him focus.
There.
Uh-oh.
Get her!
Boom, baby.
Get fucked. You may be all Lolita and cool, but that doesn't make you a cool person. If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
Yeah, you tell her, Naggy.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. Also, there are tracks. Yes. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Way to go, boy.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Yeah.
Well,
She's a
anyway,
bitch.
that was just something we had to get out of the way.
And here we have two bitches in their natural habitat.
Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not the killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Oh, sweetheart.
It has to be a robot.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Hero can't move. He no do the bend.
He immobilized!
The poor design of said
Yeah.
Robo Justice suit. So yeah, Nobunaga was killed in the equipment room, and then the body was moved to the repository.
Indeed.
The public wrapped the body in the tarp, loaded it on the dolly, and wheeled it off, right?
Yes, we know.
Even without a handle.
Yep.
Right there.
I'm gonna try it! There we go!
Taka cannot, or not Taka, Hero cannot. He said so himself.
I'm standing, and I can't bend down!
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
Hero got low.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember? Ina.
I'm blind as a bat here. I can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
And not to mention, I totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
No, cuff. When you were in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you could not bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Yeah.
Just kick it along.
When you can't even see your feet, you really think someone could kick the dolly all that way? Alright, but listen, as a woman that has giant titties,
Do it by feel.
you can feel your feet. Just because you can't see them. Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say sure for myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body? There's absolutely no chance that the costume is taken off. Yep.
Yep.
I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember, it's a really shitty laptop,
Yeah.
like a suitcase.
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help.
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing!
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
You know, you didn't see the clasp?
Yeah.
You were wearing it!
Of course I wasn't making it up!
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. The hero Dawn, but you're not that dumb. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect him.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
いえ、ちょっと待ってください。
No, wait just a
お忘れ
second,
ですか？
if you please.
私
Have
が
you
撮
forgotten
影した
about
画
the
像の
picture
こ
that
と。
I took?
皆さんもご覧になったでし
You
ょ
all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
あの不審者が犯人
If
では
whoever
ない
was
の
in
なら
that suit was not the
あれは一体
culprit,
何だった
how
ん
do you
です？
explain that?
Hmm.
それに
Besides,
殺され
do
た
you
山田君だっ
remember
て
how the
証
deceased
言していたで
Hifumi
はない
said?
ですか。
How did you get hurt?
That guy hit me.
What guy?
Robo Justice hurt. That's what I decided to call him just now.
この事実がある限
So
り
as long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Yeah, sure.
犯人は
The
例の不
individual
審者
inside the suit and the culprit are
ハ
one
バク
and
レ
the
君と
same.
間違いあり
If
ませんね。
Hero, if it was Hero without a doubt.
そうだよね。
Yeah,
そう
yeah,
だよ
it's
ね。
gotta be right.
Oh, Hina, I just want to
Bean.
pat your head and
Hina,
put you in a
you
corner. Hold on a second.
結論を出すのはま
It's
だ
still
早
far
い。
too early to reach that conclusion.
それに
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it.
その前に
Before we
他の可能
rush
性
to
を
a
話し合ってみ
verdict,
るく
shouldn't
ら
we
いはしてお
explore
いた方がいい
every
んじゃ
single
ない？
possibility?
一つの視点にとらわれる
Instead of seizing on one
様々な視点
viewpoint,
か
the
ら見た
truth is
方が
uncovered by
真
analyzing
実に近
things
づけ
from
る場合
every
もある
angle.
はずよ。
Thank you, Kyoko.
The brains of the situation.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
一連の事件を
Let's
最初
review
から
the
振り
series
返って
of
みましょう。
unfortunate events from beginning.
そこから新しい
Maybe
事実
we'll
が見えてく
uncover
るかもし
something
れない
new.
わ。
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
それに事件が起
Plus,
きた時
maybe
に
we'll
なかった
get to
キリギリちゃ
find
んの
out
説
where
明
the
が
heck
兼ねるんですか？
Kyoko was when everything went down.
Alright,
もう一度最初から
let's
事
take
件を
another
振り返っ
look
て
at
みる
back. Let's take another look back at what happened.
まず
I suppose we could start with this morning.
今朝
Four of us all gathered in the dining hall: Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
4人だけだいくら待って
We
も
waited
他の
there
者
for a
が来ない
while, but nobody else showed up. So
その
we
連
looked.
中の捜
We
索を
went to
開
look
始す
for
ることにし
everyone.
たんだそれが
That was around 8
8時
a.m.
頃のことだ
そこで手分けした直
And
後
as
か
soon
ら
as we split
キ
up,
リギリちゃんがいな
Kyoko
くなっ
went
ちゃったんだよ
missing.
ね。
その後
Soon after that,
朝
Hina
日奈
found
3階の
Celeste
娯
in the
楽
rec
室で
room.
セレスを見
We
つけ
quickly came to get
慌てて
Makoto.
苗木や我を
私は不審者に
It
襲われ
seems
た
I
か
was
ら
unconscious for about an hour, and I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
つまり私が
I
襲
know
わ
it
れ
was
た
an
のは
hour because I
皆さんに
remember
発
being
見される
attacked
1時
a
間
little
ほど
after
前
7.
その際
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a
妙な
strange
コスプレ
costume.
をしていることがジャスティス
As it turns out, it was Robo Justice.
しかも
It also soon became clear that the same Robo Justice had abducted
判明し
Hifumi.
たのだ不審者の捜索を
We were
始め
soon
た我ら
joined in our search by Byakuya and
我がとこ
Toko,
を
and
許し
then went to find Hifumi in the
2階
library.
の図書室我らは
He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect.
そして
But not long after leaving the
保健
nurse's
室から出
office,
た直後
What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. Soon after that,
今度は3階
I
で
saw
不
someone
審者
moving
の姿
around
を
on
見
the
たの
third
です
floor,
す
and
ぐ
I
に大
yelled
声を
out
上げ
to
て
everyone
皆
as
さん
soon
に
as I
知らせま
did.
したわ。
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him. A strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then God, talk about flashback the episode. Huh?
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been.
Hey, Fumi, he's in the nurse's office.
To the hamster!
This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered the body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed to the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us and told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
And then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back.
This is such a clusterfuck of events going on in this case.
This can't be happening.
Are we hallucinating all this or something? But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it. Alright, everybody, let's take 5.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we're going to talk about this again.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
You're the fiddle and you got played.
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider them each murder as a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what.
That's it, boyo. Get that resolve.
Get in the headspace.
Fucking jams.
Alright, Monokuma file tray.
Tle.
Oh, what does the Husco need? Regarding Taka's death. Wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after. Alright. Who ordered
What? Ow!
Taka came last? What makes you say that? Because the numbering of hammers.
I kind of want to check what File 3 actually says.
I think it just says that they were both killed with similar weapons. I don't think
Okay.
it's obvious Taka came after. Alright,
I'm a zoom! Fuck!
zoom too much.
Might as well try shooting this one as well. Fuck me! I'm just off today. I am so off.
It's okay, we haven't played this in how long? Yes. Okay. Zoom.
Okay, not that one.
So it's the other.
Oh no. Hina's mad at me. Whatever will I do?
She's mad about everything though.
She's just triggered.
Yeah, for real though.
なぜそう思うの
Oh, it bounced off the. Fuck me. Who knew being a lawyer was so hard?
When you're a teen lawyer,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder than when you go to school. That's why you have to go to school, so that you can handle situations like this.
そう思う
Seriously? Oh my. Oh. Oh, I'm saltier than Burger King fries. Okay, so space is slow down. All right.
なぜそう思う
I'm sorry?
Oh, do you have to do that other technique?
Oh, right. Yeah, examine.
Yeah. So
So I forgot how to do that. It's been a hot minute.
yeah.
Let's-
I'm gonna go take care of Husky while you
Oh,
figure out what's
okay.
going on. Because Husky doing